Hi KP, this is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com, free high quality TOEFL lessons. And thank you for completing your integrated speaking practice test. I'm getting ready to listen to it right now. So in the email you say, Michael, please listen to evaluate score and provide feedback on my integrated speaking practice test 3, question 3. I will put the link here for YouTubers. I'll put it below the video in case anybody at YouTube wants to practice this practice test also. So using the example from the Macaw from the lecture, using the example of the Macaw from the lecture, explain the concept of the flagship species. I would put the concept of a flagship species. Sounds like you're bringing this up for the first time. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to your practice test now. So to get it ready, I have this, and I also have the integrated speaking rubrics here. These come directly from ETS, the TOEFL, the makers of the TOEFL exam, and this gives me an idea how I need to score your response.
According to the reading passage, the species whose natural habitats are threatened by human activities are called the flagship species. In the environmental science class, the professor gives an example of the macaw to explain the concept of the flagship species. To begin with, he states the great green macaw lives in the South American rainforest. Due to the cutting down of trees, macaw and other animal species don't have a place to live. Therefore, their population is declined drastically. In addition, he mentions some people who are concerned about these animals have started spreading awareness to save such species. For example, they distributed the pictures of the macaw to school and community centers. As a result, a lot of people not only contributed the money but also helped to prevent the destruction of their habitat.
Okay, so if I go back to the rubrics, yeah, I'm thinking between 3 and 3.5. I think probably not 26. I don't think you're there yet. You had some problems with pacing, some problems with tone. Let's listen to it one more time.
According to the reading passage, the species
A little bit better with your pronunciation of the P, though. That's good.
whose natural habitats are threatened by human activities are called the flagship species.
Now, using whose are threatened by that. That's very good grammar. Using that relative possessive pronoun there in the adjective clause. Very high level grammar right there.
In the environmental science class, the professor gives an example of the macaw to explain
Maybe say something like, in addition, in the environmental science class, the professor gives,
the concept of the flagship species.
to understand the concept, I would say, of a flagship species. There's probably more than one flagship species, right? There's different kinds of species, right? And in each species, there's a flagship species. There's a flagship within each ecological system, maybe.
To begin with, he states the great green macaw lives in the South American rainforest. Due to the cutting down of trees, macaw and other animal species don't have a place to live.
No, it's not don't have a place to live. No, it's they don't have a place to live. That's the pacing I'm talking about. Sometimes you break up the thought groups into, you need to blend the words within those thought groups to get that natural type pacing, which makes you sound more automatic in the speech that you're using.
Therefore, their population is declined drastically.
Their population, I need to check your language use. Give me a quick second.
Trees, macaw, and other animal species don't have a place to live.
They don't have a place to
Therefore,
live.
their population is declined drastically.
Their population has declined, not is declined. I would use has. The present perfect tense, not the passive voice, is needed to express the time frame in that sentence.
In addition, he mentions some people who are concerned about these animals have started spreading awareness to save such species. For
Again, you can improve your pacing a little bit there.
example, they distributed the pictures of the Macaw to school and community centers. As a result, a lot of people not only contributed the money but also helped to prevent the destruction of their habitat.
Okay, I think what's going to go on here is I think the IBT human raters will probably like your response, but speech rater, the artificial intelligence that scores you for the linguistic features like pronunciation, speech rater is not going to like you. So I think you have kind of opposing things going on. So I'm going to put you at 23 to 24 points on this. I don't think it's enough your performance to get you at 26. So you got to get that natural sounding pacing. That pacing and that tone I think is going to be helpful. You had one language use error with is instead of has declined. However, the who's, that was excellent grammar that you did in the beginning of the response there. That showcases some pretty advanced grammar skills there. So overall, your grammar is actually pretty good. You're having a lot of delivery issues. That is what will hold you back if you don't get the 26 you're looking for. And thank you for doing this practice test.